I'm Duane Wurst, and I would like to tell you a Christmas story. This is a true story and part of my book of stories about the Wurst family in Huron County. An Early Christmas Present by Duane Wurst. It was a nasty, rainy Saturday here in Bern, and Mom knew that we would have to stay indoors after we did our chores. She let us sleep in late, but then she opened the door at the foot of the stairs and called from downstairs. "Lorna, Duane, Shirley, it's time to get up." She waited a moment and then called in a louder voice, "Did you hear me, Duane?" "Yes, Mom," I yelled from down the stairs. Lorna and Shirley also yelled down that they were up. My older brother Leroy was already gone. Mom told us later that he went with Dad, as usual. There was a mad rush to our only bathroom, and Lorna won. Shirley and I pranced in front of the door, hoping we could hold it long enough. "Lorna, we have to go too, so hurry it up," Shirley yelled. "I'm trying," Lorna yelled back. I was 10 or 11, and Shirley was 1.5 years older than me. Our little sister Lorna was 4 years younger than the two of us. Leroy was 1.5 years older than Shirley. Shirley let me go to the bathroom next because she knew I couldn't hold it that long. When we were finished, we went into the kitchen where Mom was making breakfast. In the center of the table was the dreaded Saturday chore bowl. Every Saturday, we had to do chores around the house before we could go and play. But Mom made it into a game. We would draw pieces of paper with one chore written out on each one. Once they were all in our hands, we could exchange with each other until we were happy with the jobs we would do for the next few hours. After we got our last chore done, Mom said she had a very special chore for us to do. She handed each one of us a pair of Dad's old gray wool socks. We knew what that meant, and we were all cheering. Mom had coated the dining room floor with Johnson's paste wax, and it was our job to slide around until the floor was extra shiny. Yes, that was fun, but next she handed us a pair of snap-on roller skates. They adjusted to the size of our shoe and gave us each a great pair of wheels to skate on. I almost think that one of the Ruby girls from next door came over to skate with us too, but I'm not sure. "Now, don't fall down the stairs, but have fun in the basement skating," Mom said. The basement was a large open room with the furnace in one corner and a big chest freezer on the other wall and a little white cabinet stuck in a corner. We skated around and around, and the only music that we heard were the songs that we would sing to each other. After about an hour, someone suggested a race. I was not a good skater. My right foot was slightly twisted inward, and if I went too fast, I was on the ground, probably crying. But I was up to the challenge, and I was the first one down the main stretch, around the corner, and back. At the finish line, I tripped, slid on my butt, my feet hit the white cabinet, crash, bang, the doors flew open. I looked up and saw my sisters staring into the cabinet, with their eyes and mouth wide open. "What are you looking at?" I yelled, as I got myself up to look for myself. There, inside the cabinet, were Christmas presents, wrapped in beautiful Christmas paper. "Let's open them," Shirley suggested. Then she said, "No, we better not do that. Mom might get mad if we open them. We need to tell her what happened." Lorna's hands were already in the cabinet, ready to grab a present, when Shirley said, "No, Lorna, but I asked for a pony for Christmas." "I want to look," Lorna insisted. "Lorna, a pony is too big to stick in a Christmas box," I suggested. "Well, I know that, but there might be a note telling me where I should look." We decided to go upstairs and tell Mom what happened. We took our skates off and ran up the stairs. Each of us were trying to tell Mom at the same time. She must have thought it was the end of the world. Stop talking for a minute and sit down. Here, have some milk and cookies. Shirley, you can tell me what's so important. With the cookie in her hand, Shirley told Mom what I did. Like everything was my fault. It was an accident, Mom, I insisted. I know, Duane, she assured me. None of you are in trouble. Mom, can we open the gifts now? Lorna asked. No, you can't, Lorna. Mom put the milk back in the refrigerator, and then she turned to us with a very serious look on her face. She said, Kids, I really hoped I wouldn't have to tell you the truth about Santa until you were all older. But now I think I have to. Mom, no, Shirley yelled as she pulled Mom down to whisper in her ear, Duane and Lorna are too young to know that Santa isn't real. I have good hearing, and I heard what Shirley said. I also heard that rumor from some boys that I knew. Mom laughed. Shirley, Santa is real. I know he's real because I've talked to him. In fact, he told me all about the packages. She continued, Kids, Santa is not a super being, so he can't deliver every gift to every boy and girl if he can only carry the gifts that his magic sleigh can hold. Just imagine how many trips to the North Pole he would have to make. But Santa is a wise old man. He and his elves travel around the world all year long, hiding gifts to be delivered to the children on his list. When he comes to our house, he will leave our gifts and then pick up the gifts that he hid. And he'll take them to the kids down the road. That way he never has to return to the North Pole until he's all done. Wow, Mom. Santa sure is smart, isn't he? Yes, Duane. So go back downstairs, close the door on that little white cabinet. You guys leave the gifts there so Santa will have them when he brings your gifts. Now, you wouldn't want to spoil another child's Christmas, would you? No, we all agreed, and we did as Mom asked. Santa was smart, but as I got older, I realized how smart Mom was for telling us this story. But kids, I want you to remember, no matter how many gifts you receive, and even if you don't get a gift from Santa, God gave us the greatest gift when he gave us his Son so we could be saved. So enjoy your Christmas using the golden rules that Jesus taught us. Remember, love wins all, every time, everywhere, and in every way. Let us pray for peace, love, and joy for all.